Guys, this is gonna be on these Turkish shotguns. Just so everyone knows, if you buy one of these, they're pretty cheap and they're pretty fun. They're gonna be like $600 a max. The main difference is if you get the metal uppers, metal lowers, and if you get a metal handguard. Those are the main differences. If you get a complete polymer gun, it's gonna work the same. This one's got a polymer lower, and this whole upper and handrail are all gonna be metal. Just so you know, these things are cheap. My rear sight did blow off just from shooting it with 12 gauge birdshot. Your best bet if you want to get this thing to run best is going to be putting about 200 shells through it and then racking this charging handle to the back, locking it with bolt release, and storing it like that. You want to weaken that spring as much as possible. And then another thing is there's not too many videos on this. Throw this bad boy up there. These ProMag 20 round drum. Thing's gonna be a lot of fun if you can get it to work. But as you can see, come on, I had to shave down that follower because naturally your shells are sitting way up here when they should be sitting down here. So you are going to need to shave down the front of this follower if you want it to work correctly. Overall, it is a hell of a time, and it is kind of insane to be able to shoot 20 rounds that fast, almost a whole box, so 20 plus 1 on the chamber. But overall, it's a great gun. It's fun. It's just, you just got to get it going. You got to get the right mags, which some of them work and some of them don't. I would recommend getting the mag from your brand. And you also, if you get that thing, shave down the follower, you shouldn't have any problems. But naturally, the shells are going to stick up here. They're going to stick way too high, and they're going to hit the top of the chamber. You want them to stick like here. You can actually use one of your factory mags and compare it with a shell in both of them to where they're sitting on the angle. You basically want to get that angle the same. Use a grinder, or I think I literally use a steak knife to grind that bad boy down. Probably better and nicer looking with the Dremel. And then, just so you know, even when you ground that mag follower down, you will never be able to shoot your last round in the magazine. So it's more like 19 plus 1 now, unless you really want to finagle it and rack that thing back 10 times trying to get that last round in. But if you're going to buy one of these Turkish shotguns, it's a VR80, this one is, I don't even know, it's a Gforce something. Any of these Turkish shotguns, they're all going to be the same. Your best bet is going to rack that slide back, leave it like that for a week, put 200 shells through it, and then hopefully you can shoot birdshot, because I can shoot birdshot every single time. Also, just so you know, I would put in just like a medium choke. I think mine came with a full choke, and I couldn't hit anything because the spread was just so small. So I bought a bore sighter. That's a 12 gauge shotgun shell that fits into the chamber. I used the bore sighter on my red dot. It's a Feyachi. It's like $80. They're actually pretty good, surprisingly. And then putting in a either just leaving leaving the choke completely, like just about empty. I forget what choke that is, but just take out the full choke and find whatever choke you recommend on Google. That's what I did. I was like, what's the best choke for skeet shooting? And I went ahead and used that. But fun gun, hell of a time, hurt your shoulders. Just, it's one of those things you buy cheap, you're gonna have problems. If you can fix them, it's awesome.